You ever find yourself looking at what someone's doing and just seeing all the things they're getting wrong? It's super frustrating, right? We've all been there. Well, today we're going to dig into why that happens. And trust me, the answer is probably not what you think. You know that little voice in your head? You're watching a coworker, a friend, even just some random person on the street, and they do something that makes absolutely no sense, and that voice just goes, "Seriously? Why on earth would they do that?" It feels so natural to think that, but here's the thing, that very reaction is what keeps us trapped.
Okay, and here's the big twist. The real reason you spot those mistakes so easily, it's not actually about them. Not really. The whole idea we're unpacking here is that seeing that flaw, it's like a giant flashing arrow pointing right back at, well, you.
So, first things first, let's talk about the problem here. This whole habit of constantly noticing and, judging what other people are doing wrong, it's way more than just a little annoyance. It's a massive trap that can totally stop your own growth right in its tracks.
Think about it. When your focus is always on what they're doing wrong, what happens? You just end up feeling frustrated all the time. Your own progress completely stalls out. Life just feels harder, right? It feels like a constant struggle because all your energy is getting zapped by stuff you have zero control over. And all the while, you're ignoring the one thing you can control, yourself. And what's the long-term cost of this? I mean, this is a pretty wild point from the source material. If you don't shift how you see things, you could be complaining about the exact same stuff 30, maybe even 50 years from now. 50. Can you imagine? Just stuck in a loop, seeing the same problems over and over, and never ever moving forward yourself? So you've got this huge gap, right? On one side, there's your potential. You could be this amazing person who leads and inspires others. But on the other side, well, that's the reality you're living in when you're stuck in criticism mode. It's just a smaller, more limited life. You are really meant for that bigger life, but you're kind of trapping yourself in the small one. Okay, so if it's a trap, how do you get out? This is where everything flips. I mean, a complete 180. Those flaws that drive you crazy, they're not just random annoyances. They are, wait for it, your own secret study materials. All right, get this. The core idea here is that the only reason you can even see these flaws in the first place is because you have a higher quality or potential. It's like you're standing on a hill, looking down. You've got this vantage point that lets you see things that people in the valley just can't. And this quote really nails it. It's a law of nature, plain and simple. Think of it like this. The person with higher energy can see everything down below, but it doesn't work the other way around. So the fact that you notice a flaw isn't a free pass to judge someone. Oh no, it's actually a sign of your unique position and your responsibility. The term for this in the source material is Gongbu J-rail, which literally means study materials. And once you get this, everything changes. That mistake your coworker made, that's not just a screw up. That's lesson 1 in your personal textbook on patience. Your friend's bad relationship choice, that's a case study on foresight. The universe is literally handing you a custom-built curriculum just for you. And it gets even deeper. This is a wild idea, but the source suggests that, on some level, the people making those mistakes are actually sacrificing themselves for you. Their struggles, their errors, they're creating the exact scenarios, the study materials, that someone with your potential needs to learn from. It's all so you can grow and one day lead others the right way. All right, so you see the flaw. You get that it's your study material. So now what? What do you actually do? Well, you can't just go around pointing it out to everyone. That's the old way, the trap. The new way? That's called the path of silent study. The process is actually pretty simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. First, you see the flaw, as always. But then, and this is the game changer, step 2, you stay silent. You have to fight that urge to jump in and criticize. Step 3 is to just watch, with humility, reminding yourself this lesson is for you. And finally, step 4, you take it in. You ask yourself, okay, what is this teaching me right now? So you see, your whole job description changes. You're not the critic anymore. You're the student. Your goal isn't to fix them. It's to understand the core lesson here so deeply that first, you never make that same mistake. And second, you'll eventually have the real wisdom to help others. Now look, this isn't an overnight thing. It's a long game. The source actually gives a timeline for this. After maybe 3 years of practicing this, of just quietly studying, you'll start to really get it. You'll be able to explain what you've learned. But after about 7 years, that's when the magic happens. People will just start coming to you for advice. They'll feel your wisdom without you even saying a word. And that brings us to the payoff. The whole point of this entire journey, what happens when you really master this silent study? Well, you finally become the person you were meant to be. You unlock that potential that was there all along, the very thing that let you see the flaws in the first place.
When you really dedicate yourself to this, you totally transform. You're no longer that frustrated person pointing out mistakes. Instead, you become a respected guide, a teacher that people actually want to listen to. You become a true leader, someone with wisdom that's been earned through hard work, not just claimed. I mean, just think about the difference. We all know that person who's always criticizing, right? Eventually, people just start to resent them, maybe even avoid them. But the person who has quietly studied, who has truly absorbed these lessons, people are drawn to them. They're respected. It's a simple trade. You give up resentment and you get respect. Now, the source uses this really powerful and honestly kind of shocking metaphor to drive home the responsibility here. Your own growth is basically fertilized by the struggles of others, their blood and sweat. But listen, this is crucial. It's not a selfish thing. You're using that fertilizer for one reason and one reason only, to grow strong enough to turn around and live for those people, to serve them with the wisdom you earned. So in the end, seeing flaws in other people isn't a curse. It's not just some annoying personality trait. It's a calling. It's a sign that you have the potential to be a leader, and the world is literally giving you the assignments you need to step up and fulfill that duty. So I want to leave you with this one question. The next time you see a flaw, the next time you see someone do something that makes you just want to shake your head, what's it going to be? Is it just another irritation, or is it your next assignment?